G'day guys, Morezy here. Welcome back to Morezy Plays Minecraft, episode 6. Last episode we got quite a bit done on the skeleton spawner and the house. And this episode I am looking for my original spawn location, because we're going to be building an iron farm. I've decided I'm sick of waiting for all this iron to smelt in the smelter, and it's, tough to get. I have to go mining, and I'm using it faster than I can mine it. So I've decided it's time to get an iron farm going. So what I've got here is I've got my compass in my hotbar, and I'm just running back to where I spawned in the world, which I could probably just look at the first episode because that's where I was standing when I recorded that first part. But I know it's over here near this mesa, and I've just got some speed potions here to help out. And when we get there, we're going to work out how to find where to put this iron farm. The idea is, do I have my... I thought I had my depth strider boots on, that would have been good. The idea is that we're going to put the iron farm in the spawn chunks, which means that we can get iron anytime while we're in the overworld. And that means lots of iron for me, so that's good. Okay, here we go. So I actually left a torch for myself here when I started, so that's nice of me. But it looks like this is the world spawn right about here. You can see the needle is turning. And there we go. So when I'm standing on this block, the needle is facing that way, and when I stand on that block, it's facing that way, and that block's facing that way, and this block's facing that way. So this little corner right here where my cursor is the middle of the spawn. Okay, there we go. I've just put some planks down here to mark where the spawn location is, and you can watch the compass on my hotbar. So when I walk over here it spins around, and when I walk over here it spins around. So we know that this little corner right here is the center of these couple blocks. So the next thing we need to do is find the chunk that the spawn block is in. Now this one here is the actual spawn block. Now this is the southeast block, and that is actually the spawn block there, but it does go to the corner here. So what we need to do is work out which chunk this is in. We can do that if you look over on my menu on the left. We've got XYZ, block, and then chunk. So chunk, the three numbers in there are the blocks inside the chunk. So we're at 2, 2, and 7 in chunks 8, 4, and 1. So that means we can actually work out the boundaries of the chunk by walking in a certain direction. So you see, if we walk this way, the first number goes up, and when we get to 15 on that first number, 15, you watch where it says 841, the 8 will turn into a 9. So this is the next chunk, that's the 9th chunk. So we know that we can actually put a block here because this is the last block in the 8th chunk. Okay, if we head all the way back here again, and we start here again on the southeast block, and we want to find 0. So 0 is actually where this torch is. There we go. Next thing is we can join these up. So I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm not gonna bother digging out the land, I don't think. So there we go, that's one side of the chunk. So next thing we need to do is, we are currently at, where are we? 7 on chunk number 1. So if we go up to 15, okay, there's 15 on chunk number 1, then it turns into chunk number 2. So if we line this back up, okay, we're starting to make the shape of the chunk. Now this one here is number 15 of 15. So this is one corner. This is actually the southeast corner of the chunk. So if we go back this way, we're going to stay in that same chunk. There we go. until we get to 0, which is right there. So this is this one here is 0. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. And that, as you can see, lines up perfectly with that. Ooh, it's a bit dark. Better be careful here. So then we'll join this one up as well. And we can see here that we're actually 7, so we're only halfway through the chunk. So we actually need to go this way to finish off the rest of this chunk. What that means though is that this spawn chunk block is right in the middle of this chunk, well, at the bottom corner of it anyway. So let's fill this in. Let's do this. Keep an eye out for creepers. Okay, we'll keep going over here till it says 0, which is that one. And you can see now it will turn to chunk 0. Alright, so then we can start going back in this direction. And as you might know, chunks are 16 blocks by 16 blocks. So when we get up to no creepers. When we get up to this next little bit, we can go across. So there we go, let's go this way. And there we go. So that is one whole chunk lined out. And now we go on to the next step. Alright, so just like we have 4 blocks here, and this here is the actual spawn block, but it's pointing to the corner of these 4 blocks. The same thing happens with the center of the spawn chunks. Now the spawn chunks that I'm interested in are the entity spawn chunks, which are 12 chunks by 12 chunks in area. And we're just close to the center, but we haven't quite got there yet. So the center of these spawn chunks can't actually be in the center of a chunk, because they're even numbers. So that means, similarly to here where we've got 4 blocks all touching that one corner, we need to have 4 chunks all touching the one corner as well. So what we have to do now is find which corner that is, and we can use this original spawn block to find that out. Okay, so all we have to do here is divide this chunk into 4 quarters and see which quarter that spawn block ends up in. Now, because it's 16 by 16 and it's taking into account the blocks we're standing on, these chunk shapes will be a little bit different, but all we have to do is find the location 0, 0 in the chunk, which is this corner, and it's going to be your northwest corner. So find 0, 0, then we want to go back to 8, 0, which is this one, and we want to go out here into the center of the chunk until we hit 8, 8, which is here. Then we'll go back to this direction. Okay, there we go. And already I can see that this is the spawn block here, and it's inside this quadrant, which means this corner is the center of the spawn area. So this one, there's another chunk out this way, and another chunk out that way, and another chunk there. So in the junction of these 4 chunks, this is the exact dead center of our spawn chunks. Now all we have to do is count 6 chunks in every direction, and we'll have the total area that we can use for things that we want to run on the world while we're in the overworld. And I thought I'd just quickly mention as well, so this block is inside this quadrant, and that's fine. This is actually the border right here, so if this block was right there, and that was our spawn block, it's still in this corner. If it was right here, it would be in this corner. So just keep that in mind. So once you've done that, you can find which corner that your spawn block is in, and then you can mark out the rest. Alright, so I've marked out some chunks. I haven't marked out all of them. All I was really interested in is to see how much of this was included in the spawn chunks. And I think I've gone out 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th chunk out here. So 5, 6, there's plenty of room. So it looks like this whole mountain is included in the spawn chunk area, which is good because that's where we're going to put our iron farm. So our iron farm is going to be in the spawn chunks, which means whenever we are in the overworld, doesn't matter where we are, it's always going to run. What that means is we don't have to be standing nearby, and it will always be generating iron, which is good. The thing we need to be careful of is that we don't accidentally make an infinite villager breeder or leave a villager breeder running, because if I don't come over here and check, we could have heaps and heaps of villagers over here, which wouldn't be good. So this is what I'm going to make the iron farm in. I've got a bit of an idea, and I've just got to get some materials together, and then we can have a look at what I'm going to do. Alrighty guys, so first thing I need to do here is I want to shape this mountain just a little bit, and what we can do is jump up there with a pick. We'll probably get rid of this section here and try and flatten it off a little bit. And also what I've got is just a little test. I've put some grass over here to see what colour it was going to be, because we're actually in a river biome all the way up to here. And you can see that the mace is actually, I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually floating on top of the water. So what I'm looking to do is probably fill in this area with grass, and have a bit of grass in front of this iron farm as well. So I'm going to get to work here and shear off half of this mountain, and we'll come back in a moment. Okay, there we go guys. Looks a little bit better, I think. So we've just shaped this top side a little bit. And next what we want to do is go inside here and dig out an area for the iron farm. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, there we go guys. So I've got all this area cleared out, and we've got it pretty much set up ready to do the iron farm. Now what I've got here is a hole in the center, 2x2, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out from each side. 6. And this is a little bit smaller than what the optimum size is. I believe it's 16 by 16 is what you should have, but we're going to make it a little bit smaller here for this one. Alright, so next thing to do is start adding the doors. Now I've gone ahead and made a few. I've got 46 doors there, and we're actually just going to fill in these corners a little bit. And I think I might just put 10 doors per side. I believe you have to have 21 doors in order for the iron golems to in order for the villagers to reach a larger population. So we'll put the doors up. Now how many am I going to get here? If we go this way, we've got 14, so we can block in 2 more spots. 1, 2, 1, 2, and we should be able to put 10 doors here. So I'm just going to put these across. Alright. Did I do 10? Yes, I think I did 10. Very good. Let's fill in this one as well. So 1, 2. We've knocked through to the front a little bit, but that's fine because we'll fix that later. 1, 2. Well. And 1, 2. And then we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's put the rest of these in. And what we're going to have to do as well is, in order for these doors to count as a house, we need to get some natural light down here as well. And the way I'm going to work it, oh, we've got too many there, let's break that. So the way I'm going to work it is we're going to have just a few little holes up through the ceiling all the way up to the sky, and all this section here is going to be covered up, so that should work and if not, we can always just tweak it a little bit. But I'm going to put the rest of these doors in like this. We've also gone right out the side here. Unfortunately, the mountain's sort of concave here, so we're missing quite a lot of material, which means I'll probably end up just covering this over just so it actually works, and I might end up making this look like it's sort of buried possibly as well. Let's put the rest of these in. Okay, there we go. So that should be 40 doors, which I believe it is. We'll put a little block here so we can get through. Okay, so there's all our doors. Now we need to also put the blocks across here. So I think all I'm going to do is just run them straight out from here and cover up this whole area. And then we can put some lights in the ceiling as well and dig the holes up through the top as well. Okay, so what we've done here is we've put basically a roof on all these doors. Minecraft will look at these doors and see that they have a roof, which means that's the inside and this is the outside. And what we need to do now is actually dig all the way up through the top to get some sunlight onto this side here. It must have sunlight, otherwise it won't recognize which is inside and which is outside, and it won't make it into a house. Now, this is the first time I've ever built a iron farm underground sort of thing, so I'm hoping that it works without too much tweaking. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and knock out all these all the way up to the surface and get some light down here, and then we'll probably get the villagers over here and give it a quick test. Okay guys, so I've finished the skylights up to sunlight for the doors so that they get recognized as houses. And now I'm just building a portal to get my villagers over there. Let's make sure this connects okay. And yes it does, that's good. So this is what we've got. We've got channels cut out here all the way up to the top on all four sides. And I better just sleep here real quick. And that will enable the doors to be recognized as houses. And now I can get the villagers over here, and I've got a couple villagers already, so I just need to bring 2 over and I'll just get them breeding. Now what I better do is go back into the nether and just make a little path for them to walk along so that they don't fall off into the lava. I might even get some rails and just run some rails over there, that would probably work. Okay, oh, bit of lag. Okay, let's go back through here. We'll get some rails and we'll grab the villagers. And there we go guys, rails are all set up and we're going to be taking the butcher and the cleric. Now I've got another cleric over here which has better trade. It's got the 36 rotten flesh and 7 emeralds for the ender eye. So that's fine. I'll take this guy and the butcher. So let's see if we can get one of these guys into here. Is the next thing. Actually, do I have another rail? Because there's no rail right there. Okay, let me fix this. Now this is either going to go real smooth or it's going to be really difficult. One of the two. Fall down here. No, don't die. He's gone off to the side. Let's fix that. Let's push him back over to here. Okay, down onto the rail. Took a bit of damage there, I think. Okay. Get that minecart back. And hopefully be able to pick him up. Did that just go through? I think it just went through. No, come back. Oh man, okay, let's set this up. No, don't go back through. Oh man, okay, this is proving to be very annoying. Perfect. Let's... Oh, hang on there, guy. Okay, we need to make sure he can't escape, because that would be no good. So, go down into the pit, guy. You don't want to be up here. Oh man, okay. Go that way. Good. Alright, that was a bit of a struggle. Let's go do the other one, and then we'll get them breeding. Ah, very good. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to get these guys breeding. So I should just be able to feed them. And that should be okay. I hear some zombies. They're trying to break down the doors. Okay, let's sort that out. Whoa, man. Okay, let's maybe get a little, have a little sleep, and then we'll fix up these doors so they can't reach them. Very good. There we go. And let's try and get these guys to breed. How you guys going there? Give them some bread. And hopefully they should start breeding. Alright guys, there we go. We've got a couple villages growing up now, so that's good. All we need to do now is get some more bread, because I'm starting to run low here, and that's how we're going to make them breed for the rest. So what I'm going to do is going to go back to the main house, and we might build a quick little micro farm. Okay guys, I've got some redstone together to make a little wheat farm that we can use while we're trying to breed these villagers. I've got 4 villagers at the moment. It sounds like maybe 5. Is there a baby in there? Yep, 5. Perfect. We got another butcher, or no, still the same butcher. We've got a toolsmith, librarian, and 2 clerics. Very good. Let's give them some more bread while I'm here. Okay, so let's make a little bread farm over here. Oh, it's getting night. Let's just sleep first, maybe. So this is just a simple little farm. It's not meant to be super compact or anything, but it's just a little cool idea. So first thing we want to do is knock out that block and put a sticky piston. Okay, on the sticky piston we'll put a block of dirt, and then we'll put a little platform for us to stand on. Let's go like this. Knock out this block here. Alright, right here we want to put a half slab, just like that. Then we want to put a comparator facing this way with set to subtract, and another one on the other side set to subtract. We'll get a redstone and go around like this, and around the corner here. Then we'll put more redstone here like this, and knock out these 2 blocks and put some more down like that. Then we'll put a repeater here set to 3, and we will put some dispensers down. Let's get some blocks here like that. So dispensers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can knock those out now. Well, they could stay there, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's get 2 blocks here like this, and we'll put 1 block here and 1 block here, and then we'll put another block on top of this redstone here. And all we're going to do now is run this around the corner up to here into a repeater. A dot of redstone there and a dot of redstone there. and then we just need to put a pressure plate on top. Okay, and a piece of redstone in the middle. So now, there we go, it's probably a little bit loud, but that goes up and down, and all we have to do now is make ourselves a little hoe. Do I have any stone? No stone. Let's just do a wooden one for now. Okay, wooden hoe, very good. And let's get rid of some of this stuff and get the bones back. Let's get rid of that. Okay, cool. Now let's make some bone meal. And fill up some of these dispensers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Probably need to go get some more bones, but this will do for now. Okay, there we go, and I bet you can guess how we work it. Actually, what we do need is we need to put a fence or something like that. I'm going to use cobblestone, and I think we'll put it there like that, so we can lean right up against it. And we just hoe the ground, get our seeds, and just hold right click, and that will make our wheat for us. Or we can do potatoes, like that. And I think I've even got carrots in here somewhere, and carrots are going to work as well. Now if it breaks, we just have to re-hoe it. There we go. So I'll be putting one of these inside the main house that we've just been building, and that way I can just do away with all my farms, and I can still get wheat, which is handy. So I'm going to keep making some wheat here, and then try and get a few more villagers to spawn. Wait for that guy to grow up, and we should be alright. Alright, I'll be back shortly. And there we go, guys, our first iron golem spawned. So that means we are right to go. We've got a few villagers in here now. Oh man. Okay, got a few villagers in here now, and a couple to grow up yet. So, we're pretty much ready to set up the collection area. I think I'm just going to do that off camera. All I'm going to do is just put some lava here to kill the golems with some hoppers underneath, and some chests hooked up to that so we can collect the iron. Next I'm just going to add some water in the corners here, make it all funnel to the center. And yeah, that should be about it for today on this iron farm. We'll probably work on it a bit more next time. Alright, so I'll finish this off and I'll be back shortly. Okay guys, that iron farm is now up and running. I've got the lava in and the hoppers to collect the iron, and now all we need to do is wait and see how it performs. It's not going to be the most super efficient iron farm, but it's just going to give us a little bit of iron while we're doing other things, which is handy. Alright, so next I wanted to show you the progress we made on our home base here, and there we go. It's starting to look really cool. In my live stream the other day I worked on it a little bit with some people watching, which was really cool, and we got a fair bit done, especially on the bottom and the outside. So we've got some nice lights here, we've got the feet finished off, we've got some glass in the front and in the side. Where's that zombie? Must be underground. Some of the stuff I'm still not sure on, like these lights. I'm not sure if I like them like that yet or not. But if we go up inside, let's do that. Okay, so inside we've got the floor all down, all half slabs, which is good. We've got the ceiling here a little bit. Got a second level with a nice little grassy area and a little balcony here. We've got another little balcony over this side, and we're going to have a room on the back of this, and then we can start closing in the walls and start putting in all the bits and pieces we want. I know in this sort of area I want some of those simple farms, and maybe a brewing setup would be nice. And up the top here, I think the room on this side will have the enchanting table and probably the bed and a few things. Not sure what I'm going to have here yet, but there'll be something. And we can tidy the rest of this up a little bit too. As for the basement, I haven't really done much on the basement yet, but if we go down and have a look, so we'll probably have a fair few chests along this wall, I think, and we might put the villagers in this wall to trade with. Maybe this wall and that wall. That'd be cool. I want the villagers underground here for a few reasons. One is that they seem to attract the zombies pretty well and keep them off me, which is good. But the other thing is they do get a bit annoying with their sound, and I'm hoping that this far underground we won't be able to hear them so much, which would be good, because I know when I walk over here, I don't have very many villagers here anymore, but when I had a couple there it was always very noisy. Okay guys, I've just been up here at the mob spawner, just AFKing a little bit to try and get some more drops coming down. We're getting quite a bit of gunpowder here, which is good. Already starting to fill up the top chest as well. And we've got heaps of bones, which is good for our mini farm. But also, what I was hoping is that the iron farm was running while we were away. So I thought we might just head over there and have a look and see how it went. Now, just briefly, I've just noticed that my internet has been shaped, so it's being geared down. So it looks like I've chewed through all my downloads and uploads for the month. So unfortunately that means no live stream this week, and I'm going to have to try and work out a way to upload this. Probably have to go somewhere else to upload this. But hopefully it will reset on Wednesday this week coming. And I can be back online again after that. So sorry for that guys, looks like we've maxed it out, but I'm sure we can get back into it very soon. Okay, let's take a quick look around here. I've just got a little crude hole to get in and check. Now let's hope there's actually something in here. And there is 28 iron, very good. I must have been AFK for probably maybe an hour, so it's not huge, but it's 28 iron I didn't have before, so that is awesome. And I'm sure we can come back here and improve the efficiency a little bit, because I think it might only be spawning one golem at a time at the moment, which means I need to have some more villagers in there, I believe. Alright, well that's all from me today, so thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for another episode, and hopefully we can get a new live stream happening next week. Once again, apologies for that, kind of crept up on me there. So hopefully the internet will reset later on and I can get back onto the streaming schedule. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you again next time.